get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And today we're going to get into a few things, but main focal point of this video is going to be catch animation timing. And so catch animation timing, meaning, you have to really go for the catch at the right time. But to me, what's more important is how you get to the spot. Meaning, are you slowing down? Are you speeding up? Are you able to use the left thumbstick to maneuver and then get yourself into an advantageous position? I hear people, other content creators and people describe, high pass catching and different stuff. And I just laugh because it sounds really generic when they just say, go to the spot, just hit the triangle button and move the stick to the left. And I'm just like, nah, it's a whole lot that goes into that. Now, although that is true in some cases, but really what's more important is probably your process and how you get to the spot. We have to realize that every time we drop back, there's a very short window of time between the time that the ball comes out of the quarterback's hands and the time that we click to the receiver and try to maneuver ourselves into the best possible position, as you see the hezzy right there. And so, that's a really good example of what I mean by catch animation timing. You notice the hezzy, or the sham god as my homeboy calls it. And what I like to do is I'm gonna slow myself up. I'm gonna put myself in the best possible position to get the animation that I want. A lot of times I can even throw at the user, because I know if I'm throwing a high pass and I'm not exactly putting a bullet pass on it, what I'm going to be able to do is kind of maneuver my way between L2 and R2, in order to position myself to go up for the pass at the time that I want to get the animation that I want. I know I went all the way around on that. And so basically you have to break it down like this. L2 would be the brakes, R2 would be the accelerator. Of course, the left thumbstick is like the steering wheel. And so understanding the pacing and the timing of how to get yourself in the best possible position is very important. So you see those little herky jerk kind of moves that you see me do every time, when I throw the ball. What I'm doing is I'm trying to pace myself and get myself into a certain position or a certain spot so that I can go up at a certain time to get that jumping animation, especially when I'm using the high pass. So we'll get back to that in practice mode. Another question I was asked this week was, do I think that they put new animations in the game towards the end of the, end of the cycle of the game before? So basically, are you getting Madden 25 animations now in the last few weeks, months, whatever, of Madden 24? Answer is yes, indeed. They do this every year. Aside from the silly, crazy, jumping Tim Tebow-ish pitch plays, you're gonna see better defensive animations. Like when I saw this one, I was like, wow, that's something I probably haven't seen. I think I've done this in a different capacity, but not like that. That was crazy. Just being able to jump, in front of the defender with the one hand reverse kind of grab is gonna be crazy. I saw a lot of that in the beta. I actually did. I saw a lot of really crazy interception animations, but even better SWAT animations. So that's something that we can always look forward to, is, just the different types of animations that they've added. And trust me, if the beta is any indicator, the Madden beta is any indication, the animations are going to be like endless. Y'all know what I do. I this is what I do. I make the highlight reels. I don't even like posting like full games. To me, when you post a full game, it's just you basically watching me play, unless I'm just totally explaining to you what I'm doing. To me, it doesn't help me. That doesn't help me learn. Just watching somebody else, I would prefer, if we're talking about a specific subject matter. But so yeah, of course you're getting new animations and all that other stuff. Of course, I'm looking forward to the college football, which will be coming out roughly about 3 weeks or so. If you haven't pre-ordered the college football mechanics guide, go ahead and get that done, man, because we should have that completed by the 26th. That's my target date for dropping it. If there are any delays, let's say I might discover something new that I have to put in there, so there could be delays. That happened last year with the Mechanics Bible. I think I put too much stuff in the Mechanics Bible. But all right, so let's get back to this catching thing. And so when you see me drop back, and for me, I'm looking at a certain landmark, or I'm looking at a certain break or a certain leverage point for every throw. But one thing that I like to do, especially on corner routes, is once the ball is thrown, I am going to increase, I'm going to squeeze and increase the pressure of L2 according to, kind of the ball and where it's at. And so this is not like a one size fits all, as you guys probably know, because the ball on Madden just goes every bit of everywhere. And so even in the wide open situations like that, I can get that little 2 foot kind of vertical jump, which are the jumps I prefer. Yeah, I know in high school, we had vertical jumpers, which were the 2 foot guys, the platform jumpers as we called them. And then you had the one-legged, the glider, guys, Clyde Drexler kind of guys take off on one leg. Clyde Drexler is a basketball player for you younger guys. Look him up. Take off from the free throw line kind of dunkers. Yeah, there were different kinds of dunkers. And so even when the ball is thrown, so you see the ball thrown right here, this is a fade stop, which is one of my favorite routes. Any of the stop and stationary routes, if you guys want to practice the timing of jumping, especially throwing high passes, I would suggest that you practice using curl routes and comebacks and maybe C routes, those heavy routes that go all the way to the sidelines, like the comebacks and all that kind of stuff, because you can really learn a lot about the animations just practicing these routes and learning how to incorporate the L2 and R2, in the mixtures of both, within the framework of time after the ball leaves the quarterback's hands. Again, another thing that's important is what you're doing with the stick once you click on to the receiver. So you really have to already kind of have the stick, or have an idea of have the stick in a certain position, even before the ball gets there. And so that's a whole nother video. But as you see, what happens with the game, you see me slow down right there. You see me slow down. And what I'm trying to do, especially on a lot of these routes, is the thing that I've discovered is if I can slow my feet down enough to kind of get a more vertical styled animation, a lot of times it softens the blow of the knockout. So let's say if I'm running down the seam and I see a safety bearing down on me from the top, of course you've seen receivers, some guys will gator arm it, but I'm gonna go for the catch, but I'm gonna slow myself down so that I don't just run into a head-on collision with an oncoming train. There's just no need for that. I'm gonna try to brace myself for the blow, and you can do that with using the L2 or the R2, and kind of learning how to toggle and pace yourself, while the ball's in the air. Of course, on the deeper passes, you're going to have more time. So even on passes like that, where it's not necessarily a jumping catch, you see me able to slow myself down, and that also will help you, in your routes that are towards the sidelines. It'll help you without, help them not necessarily drag you out of bounds, as I tell you not to drag yourself out of bounds, and you see it happen right there. But he actually got knocked out of bounds. I thought his feet were in on that play. But you see right there with the C routes, or old school guys know what it is, safety bait route. That's what it was originally called. But we'll call it C route right now for all you new people. And so even right there, so if I don't get that knockout per se, and I still thought I got the feet now, but his feet are gonna land in bounds. And so you just have to learn the quality of using L2 and R2 while the ball's in the air. Anyway, man, it's your boy Coach.